Hello, guys. Welcome to Gusto Reactions once again. Thank you guys so much for always liking, sharing, subscribing, of course, telling your friends about what we do right at Gusto TV. Yes, Big Lala is very much in the building today, and we've got a lot, to give you lots and lots of stories around the entertainment world, around the pop culture world, and it's of course, there's a lot of basketballs in the industry at the moment. Twitter was a bit hot this morning, Big Lala. I know you went for something else. Well, did you see that whole thread between a certain journalist, Joey Akan, and of course, M.I Abaga talking about hip hop, a lot of stuff. What do you think about the thread first and foremost?
Well, the music fan in me would be like, why are these people forming beef for the sake of promoting album and all that now?
Yes.
But critically looking at it, it looks like it was something that's been brewing on the ground for a while, and it got to a point where it had to come out, and that there was the public fighting that they had on Twitter this morning. Of course, I followed up on the genesis and the reason why they decided to go head to head. But I would say I'm disappointed in one person, which is M.I Abaga.
How? Why? Why are you disappointed, M.I?
Well, everyone knows the OG status. Everyone knows he's a leader of the pack when it comes to hip hop. He's paid his dues. He's reigned supreme for quite a while. He's at the stage right now where, as an artist, nobody is really looking forward to what he has to drop. In fact, the whole genre of hip hop is not in the best of term. There's still some sort of change going on with that brand. There's a lot of new guys who are popping up, who are doing trap, who are doing Afro drill and things like that. Those guys need to go, right? Those guys are making a niche for themselves. It will take time, and they are doing well. M.I, everyone respects him as an OG and as a leader. You don't stoop so low. You don't come down to such a level, and start, throwing words with journalists on Twitter or being triggered by what people say. He's been long enough in the industry, and you should know that you should have a thick skin to things like this. So I'm just disappointed that he decided to go public without actually being directly mentioned. Even though what Joy said seemed like it was a sub, right? But Joy himself, perhaps if Joy was throwing the bait, he fell for the bait. He fell for the bait, and he just made a fool of himself because fine, you want to protect, you want to be seen as a voice for everything, but at the moment, there's nothing to be a voice about, whether he likes it or not. Hip hop guys are throwing the blame at each and everybody, including journalists, to say
except themselves.
Except themselves, like nobody is really taking
responsibility.
And everybody wants to feel entitled to, I don't know, meeting rappers doing this. I checked through Joey's timeline first of all, right? The last few days, he's been constantly throwing his usual jabs at the rap industry.
But do you think it's fair? You think it's fair?
You know what?
What I saw from the thread, from Joey Akan is the fact that you keep encouraging rappers to do pop, and for him, the sentiment or the reason for him is because they need to eat. For him, pop, the hip hop culture in Nigeria cannot fetch you. It will make an artist poor. So he has said he's a crusader or he's an advocate, and he will continue to advocate for rappers to go pop. There's nothing like hip hop. You will die of poverty. You will do this and all of that. That has always been the message. And this has actually gotten, to M.I to the point that he had to speak up. Do you think it's fair that a journalist would constantly come on Twitter to do that?
There's nothing fair or unfair about it. What I personally think is what Joey is saying has some truth in it, right?
Okay.
If you think back, even the people who are claiming I'm the leader, for example, M.I Abaga, did he not have to have an element of pop after a while in him for him to, blow nationwide. Of
His
course, he had
most successful album was a pop.
had a
Had a
very
lot of pop. Yeah,
percentage of pop. His guys around him,
absolutely,
people
absolutely.
like Ice Prince and the likes, they understood what they had to do and they did. Emma himself at one point understood what he made an album based off him singing, not based on rapping. And it was
Absolutely.
one of exactly.
Absolutely.
So if that's something like that has happened, there's precedent for Joey to say that in this Nigeria, for you to make it as a rapper, this is the kind of music you have to do. You have to infuse pop. You have to find a way to merge pop and also do your hip hop thing so that you can eat.
Get that.
It's very important, right? And he's been an advocate. So he doesn't want, he's basically just advising the ones who are about to go into the pop thing and so that they don't go astray and say, oh, this thing is hard to. It's not like it's a full proof thing that if they do it, they make it, but it's still better than saying, oh, hip hop, hip hop. A prime example of hip hop, carry hip hop for head, I don't make anything out of it, is a Mode 9, right? Whether you like it or not. Mode 9, fine. There was the song with was in Neka, Cry, that won him awards and everything.
Yeah.
See, apart from Cry, there's no other song by Mode 9 that went nationwide, that had nationwide acclaim. Yeah. All his hip hop, as dope as the hip hop would sound to the hip hop head, it was not putting food on his table. It was so bad for Mode 9 that I can remember quite clearly because I used to be fond of Mode 9. I can remember quite clearly. Mode 9 was, he was doing things that if he was really a superstar, people would, come to him and be like, oh, let's package this thing well and let's do it like this. So we'll sponsor you.
Yeah.
Mode 9 at one point was doing a vlog. What was Mode 9 doing in the vlog? Oh, I go meet Show Them Camp. I still remember vividly. He went to meet Show Them Camp on the Express. Yeah. I don't think about drive go there when Show Them Camp come from different place, come there and things like that. What else was he was not going to show to people on his vlog? He did wash clothes. But now I know just washing machine wash clothes. I'm talking 10 years ago, and he was supposed to be one of the biggest stars, right? But now was washing clothes with his hand. He didn't even employ someone to wash his clothes. Where he was living was not something to write home about. And this is supposed to be a hip hop star. You get. So if people see all those kind of examples and feel, oh, is this what I really want to do for myself as a rapper? Is this how, in the name of realness, won't I eat? Won't I feed my family? So for someone to be advising them and saying, this is what I think is the best way for you to go to be able to be making in this industry, and I think it's solid advice. Whether he says it consecutively, it doesn't matter. But his solid advice is for you to take it. The M.I that is talking, that is having an issue with it, saying he's shitting on rappers and blah blah. He's done the same thing. He's been successful with the same thing. You can't now come back and be like, oh, somebody who is advising people to do exactly what you've done in the past. You now have a issue and you now come on Twitter and be using silly words at the person and things like that. So I don't get it. That's why I said I'm disappointed with M.I Abaga. He's always has the knack of wanting to be the voice, be the leader and everything. Everybody respects his. But sometimes if they don't call you to any matter, just keep quiet and be. If you want to be a leader of change, right? Be a leader of change. The issue of people bringing rappers and they are getting Afro pop, blah 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 blah. You were not part of it. You're not part of the guys who brought them in. You couldn't make the decision of whether they should be all of us. Okay, fine. You want to change something? Go and partner with someone. Get rappers in so that rappers who can also be on the stage and enjoy themselves. It's as simple as that. Means you're being influential. You're influencing things, but you can't sit down talking about your album and doing your labels something, and you want to be involved in decision making or something that nobody consulted you for, nobody told you must. Nobody even asked your opinion of. Like, if they didn't ask your opinion, then it's not a business. If you want to do something similar, then do and put rappers on the stage on the big show or with international rappers. Everybody will hail you for it. They will know that yes, M.I is doing a lot for the rap industry. So to me, it's just entitlement, unnecessary clout chasing this morning. That's what I think it is. And I thought before he actually started typing, I think some part of him felt, let me go on this route. It will be good for the promo of my album. That's honestly what I think. Right? Even though the issues were there.
Yeah.
We've been brewing for a while, but this M.I is just trying to chase clout to promote his album, and I'm disappointed.
Finally, Lala, do you think rappers should actually hip hop heads and everything should actually, go pop? Should rappers go pop to make some money, to make some bread?
See, there's like I said, there's several instances of rappers going pop to make bread. Even on his label, Black Bones went up for him to make money.
Yeah.
The person who's made, I mean, decent amount of money in terms of exposure, I mean, is AQ, right? AQ stuck to his guns, right? But AQ's, perhaps I'll say his mind or his business acumen is one of the reasons why he's making money off I don't even say it's even off music. AQ has the sort of PR end of his company that he runs. He has a label.
He has a 9 to 5. So
he has a 9 to 5. Yeah, that also that funds that aspect of his music.
Yeah.
His music does not necessarily make him the kind of money that he's going to put up right now. It did lead to, of course, we say yes, it leads to his rise as an influential person in that regard. And then when all these endorsements came in for rappers, I think he was in prime position to get that. He also had people like Black Bones, who themselves, they're not happy, but let me do some bit of pop. Of course, he would make money from that regard with the Black Bones.
Yeah.
You get so his business acumen was coupled with some, I mean, the influence from some of the music he did. He was able to make a living for himself. But it's not the same for everybody. It's not the same for everybody. So rappers, some people have different motivations for doing this rap thing. Some people love it for loving sake. But if you know truly well that you don't expect money from this thing, you just want to expect normal regard, fine.
Accolades,
accolades for accolades. You see where the Mode 9 is till today. Baba, but if Mode 9 was not the Nigerian, for example, it was a US artist, he'll probably make more money off his rap music than Nigerians. You get so than as him being in Nigeria. Now that Batosu, what did he do? He went back to the UK because he was born in the UK, right? He did his but Mode 9 is not doing any of this rap thing anymore. He's got a job that is doing that earns him money.
Right?
You get, but people still respect him as that. So for rappers, depends on what your motivation is. If you really want to make serious money, there's I would say 5% chance that yes, you might be the lucky one to make that money off rap music. Yeah, that means the success rate for you to succeed as a rapper. There's higher chance of you mixing pop with it to succeed than sticking to your guns. Not saying it's not possible, but there's higher chance.
Okay. I think I would want to say that shout out to M.I, but I actually see a bit of selfishness in this, from M.I. It's more like you're doing something, but you're constantly telling people not to do that same thing, or you're making money from somewhere, or you don't want so many people to come into that space so that you all make the money together. Now, M.I.'s last 2 singles featured Buju, featured Oxlade. That's some pop in there. That's M.I himself, his last 2 singles. That's a bit of pop in his music. But then you're here sticking your guns to say hip hop or not, never. Hip hop or never. I'm going to die. The voice and everything. So why are you not doing the rendezvous kind of album or kind of songs? Full hip hop. Why are you involving the pop guys if truly it's called hip hop and nothing more?
It's even bust my pass with all these pronunciations that you're a person or grata in the hip hop. I'm like, hold up. You think coming rappers wouldn't want to have the backing of a certain Joey in their back so that they can be on the platform he's created for himself?
Okay.
You can't speak for everybody. Nobody has anointed you as a leader. Yeah, he's jumping the gun. And this is one of the issues a lot of people have with him. He's always ITK, I too know about all these things. The issue he's had with several people in the industry. So, which is why I said it went to his head too much. This whole I'm the leader. No one has pronounced M.I as a leader in the rap industry. Nobody. Because there's a list of rappers that people respect in the country. Nobody. Olamide said when we feel that come out to say, I'm the leader. Please. Nobody has anointed him. Nobody gave him the power to say somebody is not welcome in the community, is a person of Granta or whatever. Please, he's just a little head over his heels. So you should just consider somewhere.
Anyways, we want to thank you guys for your person and Granta, on this show today. Thank you very much for, we're not going to excommunicate you guys. You guys are always welcome to,
You are person on grata to one boy to outsiders when they catch you. In fact, myself, I don't join.
I did tell you,
Don't make
person
me
non
person
grata.
on grata.
Shout out to M.I Abaga, shout out to Joey, shout out to everybody, doing really, really good stuff, as regards the hip hop, as regards pop, as regards the Afrobeat culture, everyone, having their say, everyone having, their opinion. What do you think about the whole M.I? And of course, bro had this morning on Twitter. What exactly do you think? Should rappers go full pop? Will rappers go full pop? Who exactly anointed M.I as the leader of the Nigerian hip hop, our community? Does M.I have the right to actually say all of the things he, was saying this morning? A gatekeeper of the hip hop, community, or the hip hop, space or something in Nigeria and Africa. Let's have your thought on the whole issue. You guys saw it on Twitter. If you did not, please go back and read those tweets, and of course come back here to give your honest opinion about what happened and what you think about rappers going pop. We'll see you guys on the next one. Please continue to stay safe and stay out of trouble. Yes, stay out of trouble. If not, Big Lala will not come and bail you.
You.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.